Yeah, thank you, Ben. Uh, Hi all, thank you and welcome to my session Azure Notebooks with Data Visualization. Myself, I'm Alpa Buddhabhatti and I'm working as Azure consultant at Cluster Reply. Here is my LinkedIn information if you have any question or you would like to join me. Uh, Today's agenda is to, first of all, I will describe the usage of Azure Notebooks or Jupyter Notebooks, and then we'll see a demo using European soccer events analysis dataset. So, what is Azure Notebooks? Azure Notebook is a Jupyter Notebooks on Azure. So, what is a Jupyter Notebook? Jupyter Notebook is a collection of notebooks, and notebooks is all in one. Like you has text code as well as you have code command, and as well as you have a reset. So this all in one file, so you can share that with your colleagues or your manager or your friend, and it's a very powerful tool. So let's start with the usage of Jupyter Notebook or Notebook. So we can use in various way. We can use it for a webinar online or a conference at a conference preparation without any installation or tools. We can use it in a PowerPoint like slideshow where code in a slide is executable. We can use it for a checklist preparation for example is environment, like we have a setups and checklist for one environment, we need to apply into another environment, then we can use that one. We can use as a troubleshooting guides, and we can give that guides to our customer or other colleagues or someone. They can run same set of commands and see the result as well. Also it helps us to prepare for maintenance list or storytell or writing of blogs or learning data science or machine learning. And also it help us when we teach someone a course like more than 100 students, then it really help. You can have all in one in your notebooks, and you can share that one with your students and they can execute same steps from their side as well. And we can use like run notebooks, we can store in a github, and other person can download and run it in their side or on a github. So these are a usage of Jupyter notebooks or Azure notebooks, and they are in a very different flavor. So you can use notebooks, Jupyter notebooks with Azure Data Studio. You can use same with Azure Machine Learning Service in Azure Portal, and also you can use for Azure Databricks, but they are slightly little different in a flavor. So earlier Azure Notebooks, it was free and it's a browser based tool. So which is like you can run, it's a free as well. So you can go to notebooks.azure.com and you can create your notebooks or upload your notebooks or run your notebooks. But since last January, it's now deprecated, and now we can do it in our local machine. Like we can use it VS Code, or we can use GitHub for that, or we can use Azure Data Studio. And if we want to use that one with Azure Portal, then we need to have a compute which is chargeable, and we can do that way as well, or we can do by our local machine. So let's go to demo. As a majority of audience are from SQL background side, that's why I have used Azure Data Studio. But we can use in many different flavor. We can download Jupyter Notebook and we can use it in our local machine, or we can go to portal and do that. So this is Azure Data Studio, and I have created notebooks here. Or I have already created notebooks. So a little bit background of notebooks is like you can have a code cell or text cell. You can run all cell or you can run individual one, which I show you later on. You can select your kernel, which is in different language, and you can select, if it's a SQL database, then you can select from your local SQL database or on-premise or like cloud SQL database or other SQL database, because it's a platform independence. So let's deep dive into that. So I have downloaded this data set from Kaggle website, so you can download it. And I have used SQL one, but I can do in Python one as well. But as again, it's the majority of the audience are in SQL background, I downloaded CSV file and load into SQL server, and then I started analysis in here. So you can see that this analysis help us to do find out the important parameters which we can use for a machine learning solution. And machine learning solution is to define a goal or no goal. So for that we are preparing importance parameters. Like earlier in previous session we said we can't use average or mean or medium in all time. Before that we need to understand nature of our data and distribution of data, and based on that we can define mean, median, or average. So let's start with that. So here I'm going to select top 5 because I want to see here rather than more data. So I only choose top file from event table. So you can see here is reset as well. You can visualize it in a graph manner, and you can even download it, save it in a different format like JSON, XML, and Excel, and you can save as well. You can, I have already executed here, so I'm not again doing because it's taking some time. Here you can see the execution time as well. So and now I'm going to selecting distribution of goals by sort place. As you can see that in here we have that columns in here. We have that column is here, so we are selecting based on that. So here I'm selecting database based on a short place. So here you can see the result of that. So you can get idea that based on a short place, how many goals happen on that time. So we can directly know that this short place is related to goal. It's like more goal happen in that in short place. So like here you can see the which short place is very good and have a more cell. So you goal, then you can see is that one, bottom left corner one. Next one you can see here also in each command cell you can see a graph, or you can do different things like download in different format, or you can visualize in a graph. So like next one is distribution of a goal by country or lakes. So here you can see that it's based on that. You can see how many goals happen on that country code. Let's visualize as well. So you can visualize it here as well. And this one is a top 3 goal location per shot placement in a Spanish league. So for that you can see here is a result as well, and you can see in a graph as well. And next here is a goal per time being per country leagues as well. So this is the query, so you can execute that cell by that way, and then you can see result as well. Okay, so now if like someone who know the Python and they would like to do in Python, then I have a same data file which I downloaded from Kaggle and I use in Python. So for that I just need to choose a Python language, and then I can execute this command. So I have already executed here. So you can see that I'm importing the Panda libraries and Seaborn libraries, and I'm setting the color for Seaborn library. And then here I'm reading that file which I have already downloaded in, and I'm storing into this data frame. And here I'm displaying that data frame, which is a top 5 records from SQL query. So it's written by default, it's written in top 5. And here you can see the information from that data frame. So that one is like similar to structure information like described in SQL language. So here you can see the all columns and how many non-nullable counts as well, and types as well. And here you can see, as I have a Seaborn, so I can see different libraries and histogram and plot as well. So this is a bar plot based on a country code and time bins. This one is a display plot using a sort place. So you can see here distribution of data as well. And here you can see that little bit more information based on a sort place and location is here, and you can see the result as well. And you can see furthermore, if you want to see like based on sort place and location and goal all in one, then you can see execute that one, and you can see the result as well in here. So this way there are so many combination and permutation we can do it using a Seaborn's library and Panda, as well as we can do even in here as well in SQL language by writing a different kind of queries and see which parameter is more important for machine learning solution, or which parameter is more important for predicting results. So this is using Azure Data Studio. And if you want to see same thing in using the Azure notebooks, then if you go to portal.azure.com in Azure Machine Learning Studio, and you can create your Azure machine using this notebook. So you can click start here, and you can create your notebooks here. But for that, it's you need to create a compute which is not free of which is chargeable. So better you will do in your local machine and then upload your file in here, and then you can do same thing here as well. So this is the Azure notebooks for machine learning. So I think with that I think I have finished that. Let's see. Sorry. Thank you so much for attending this session, and I would like to thank you, Ben, and DataMin's team as well for allowing me this session. And here is the resource and materials if anyone would like to try and do by themselves.